G'day folks, it's Dan here from Agility, and I'm here today to talk to you about improvement techniques and how we can improve and evolve our Kanban systems. And as you can see, I'm out here in my brewery, and you've got a really good example on the board right now of how I've applied this practice in my brewery. And you can see the top item is known as Stormbreaker. This is the second edition of a particular recipe that I did, and there's actually two parts to this improvement. So one is the evolution of this particular recipe, and I'm continually evolving and experimenting because I've got one keg in here with a particular type of yeast. I've got another keg waiting in the fridge with a different type of yeast. So I'm trying to create a bit of an experiment here to see which one actually works better. So now let's go take a deeper dive into some of the elements that made up this improvements loop. And these are some of the things that you can see in your Kanban system. Now here we can see a couple of instances where I've done some experimentation. You can see here with this galactic wheat Mark 1 and 2, there's a bit of an evolution there in the recipe. And also with the Munich Dunkel, you can see an evolution there. In this case, there was feedback from a club competition and what other brewers were doing. In this case, it's sort of what I wanted to make, in terms of what's fit for purpose for me, and also some feedback from some friends. So you can see actually that the alcohol content has been reduced. You can see a number of other things here in the recipe itself, where it's about a 50-50 mix with Pilsner and wheat malt. And then I put Galaxy in early as part of the boil. And what I've done in the second instance, I've changed that up. So in the second instance, I thought, well, actually, I want to maybe drop down the volume of wheat because I had a very strong banana flavor. I wanted to sort of reduce that down. And in this case, I dropped the Galaxy from the boil and replaced it with a Pearl, which is apparently the Galaxy in the boil doesn't respond too well. It's better on the hop stand or the dry hop. And so far, I've only just had a taste because it was kegged up last night, but this is actually turning out to be a real banger, I think. And you can see here I've got two types of yeast as well. So I've done 2 batches, each with a different type of yeast, and I'm going to see which one works the best as well. So here is a good example of doing some experimentation to improve and evolve. In this instance, you can see an example of, this is actually the second batch of this particular recipe that I've brewed, and I ran into a problem with it and sort of looked at the tasting and came up with a couple of different policy changes as a result of the poor flavour that came out. So I'm going to implement those going forward in the future, and that's actually a healthy sign in a Kanban system that you have leadership being shown and policies being changed and updated on a frequent basis. So as you can see, improvement is really, really important in a Kanban system because it will help us go from where we are today and create lots of little evolutions to continually evolve. Thanks for joining us, folks. That was the last in our series on Kanban practices. I hope you enjoyed them. I'll be posting more and more videos over the course of 2022 so that you can learn more about and enjoy more about Kanban. Thanks for watching.